Hello, Sagittarius, and happy May. This is your reading for May. I was drawn to pull from two card decks for you today. So we have the Oracle of the Seven Energies deck, and I can't remember what this one is, but it's from Rebecca Campbell. So the first thing that came to mind that stepped up was this card right here. It was all about losing your grip, coping mechanisms, density, addiction. It says, let God in. It feels like everything has been falling apart for you. You know, maybe not everything, but maybe you've had a relationship fall apart, a job or a career or a friendship. Maybe you're kind of falling apart internally where everything is still the same externally, but on the inside, nothing feels right. It's like you're traveling down a rabbit hole. Kind of reminds me of like Alice in Wonderland as she tumbles down the rabbit hole and she's kind of upside down and falling, and it's just you seem lost. Like there's no solid footing. There's nothing underneath you to hold you, to support you, and it just feels it's scary and it's daunting and it's confusing. And it is a process in which you are going through to release you of what you know and what you understand in this human reality, to open you up to what exists in actual reality. It's like you're waking up from the Matrix and you're learning that what you thought was real is not. Pieces inside of you are waking up to your true identity and to your true energetic makeup. And this might get a little in-depth. It might get a little too woo-woo for some people, but this is all about things falling away to help you see what is truly in your energetic existence. Not just your physical existence, but your energetic existence. So we're talking about past lives, parallel lives, your position in the universe, not just as a human. So there's a lot of you that might resonate with this who are starseeds, who are light workers, who come from the stars, who come from other planets, who have lived lives on other planets, but maybe you're made up of stardust. You've lived lives as fairies. You've lived lives, maybe, you have an angel background, or you've been ascended masters, or work with ascended masters. And this is all about getting a higher perspective of your life. There's a lot of energy incoming, and owls are known for their knowledge. And here is the girl riding the owl. And it looks like the owl is carrying a portal. And what I'm seeing is you have this opportunity to step through this portal, to go through a portal of knowledge and time. And this could be you being able to access your Akashic records and see what is in your past, what is in your future, the energy surrounding you now, what your destiny is, as far as maybe why you came into this earth, what you wanted to accomplish, your mission, your life's work. And the difficult part is going to be with this Lion card right here. This Lion card is all about having courage without knowing the answers. Lions are very strong animals. They will go after anything. They're ferocious. And it's working through that fear and accomplishing things, doing things when you don't know what the answer is going to be, when you don't know what the outcome is going to be, but you go for it anyway. You have courage to walk through it. You have courage to face the fears of triggers coming up. So you might get triggered this month, and it feels like it's very related to letting go of your earthly understanding of things, your human perspective, your ego perspective. Let's pull some more cards. I know there's a lot more there and I can keep going on, but I'm just, I don't know, I'm being guided to stop talking for right now and pull some more cards. Okay. May for Sagittarius. It feels like meditation. Whoa. It feels like meditation is needed to really get in depth and understand yourself. Okay, so 3 popped out. So let's put these right here. Okay. We have Call of the Muse, A Grand Symphony, and The Storyteller. The Storyteller is all about writing your own story, creating your energy, creating your life based on your energy. And with everything else that's going on, it feels like you're being called to kind of rewrite your story. That's what my guides are saying, rewrite. Not just write your story, but rewrite your story. Okay, whatever path you think you're on now is not your true path. And so it is time to rewrite your story. How do you want your life to look? It's almost what they're showing me. It's like you're writing a novel. If you were the heroine in your novel, or I should say the hero or heroine, depending on who's watching this, masculine, feminine, however you want to write your story, the hero or the heroine, if you were writing your own story, how would you write it for yourself? And this is like you're actually writing a novel, so go in deep. Get specific, okay? Hero or heroine A woke up in a beautiful palace or in this beautiful mansion by the sea, and their job is this, and they have this family, and they do this, and they go vacation here, and they heal others through this, and they go, to this retreat. Whatever resonates with you, it is time for you to just write it. Like, get a journal. They're showing me it's very, very specific. Get a journal and actually, literally write your story. Write a story about you and what you want your life to look like. And you're going to get inspired. There's going to be inspiration coming in for you this month that feeds into this story. So I would say, because I have about 5 oracle decks that I'm working on, and I get inspiration in all sorts of different places. And so I have my phone and I'll voice record a new oracle card. And so you'll get inspiration everywhere. So have your phone, have a notepad, whatever you can do to take note of inspiration that hits you. And it might be slow at first, but it'll pick up time. It'll pick up speed with time. Okay? It'll pick up speed. You'll feel more and more inspired and more motivated to jot things down with the more you do it. Okay. We have this Symphony card. And it feels like things are locking into place for you. Things are aligning. And as you work together with yourself and your inspiration and taking a higher perspective on life, having the courage to move forward in spite of the obstacles, in spite of feeling like you're absolutely and completely lost, in spite of that, you're going to have more and more inspiration and more things, synchronicities falling into place for you right in front of your eyes. And things are just going to happen. So the more you try to get out of focusing on what isn't working, the more you get out of that space, the more you have the courage to rise above that and rise above the difficulties and challenges that you've been faced with. the more the synchronicities are going to fall in place, and you're going to get more and more inspired, and you're going to be able to write something that actually is created in your external life. Once everything is aligned internally, that's when things start, you see the synchronicities externally. Things have to line up energetically. Okay, let's take a couple more cards from this pile. Oh, I guess 3 wanted to come out of this pile. Okay. Child of the cosmos. Yep. The universe lies within you. That is exactly what I was saying. We have that portal, and like a portal is opening up for you to be able to see your past, see your future, see where you have been and what you've lived. Embrace your weirdness. You're not for everyone. Boundaries. Let's go. Let go. It's not yours to carry. As this card, as I was drawing it before I started the video, I did feel like things were falling apart. Things were falling away. Like you're not just lost, but you're almost at a space where for some of you, you could feel like you're rock bottom. And it's to the point where you're at the emotional state where you could just let it all go and it wouldn't matter. And for some of you, that's where you might need to be, to leave the boundaries behind and just say, fuck it. I'm everything needs to go. Nothing is working. So I just need to let it all go. And at that point, you give it over to the hands, give all your issues over the hands of the universe and to your guides and your angels, and you say, fix it. I can't handle this. I can't deal with this. And that is okay. It is okay to be at that point, because when you are at that point, sometimes you let go of all the expectation and all of the ego, and then you can start opening up to a higher perspective that allows you to focus on you. I have been in that space. I understand that space very well. It's difficult, miserable, confusing, heartbreaking. But from that space, once you give it all over to the universe, it is a release. It is a letting go. You don't need to carry everything all on your own. You don't need to. You are co-creating with the universe. You have guides and angels, family members who have crossed over, who are there to help you. And yes, some of this you absolutely signed up for before you came into this life. And some of those emotions you have to move through. But when you ask for help, when you turn something over to the universe, your spiritual team will help you in any way they can. And that might be at the space that you're in. And this might be why you have a blank book right here. And you're having to rewrite your story, because what your story was is just not working. Because it is ego-based. It is based in your understanding of what you grew up to think and how to act based on society and your parents and people in your life and traumas that invaded your psyche. And when you can let all of that go, you can write your story, come from a space of divine being, divineness. Okay, the universe, being one with the universe, from your starseed energy or from your angelic energy. And you can let all of the earthbound ego bullshit, you can let it go, say goodbye, and you can come from a space of love and compassion and do things for yourself. Putting yourself first. When you put yourself first, the universe will put you first as well. And things will start aligning for you. Letting go of the heaviness. I just feel this. I feel this great weight is on you. And I will say that if you need to cry, cry. Crying is pent up emotions. And I just saw something earlier today that was really neat, is that they've collected tears from different emotions under a microscope, and every single one of them is different. Like the tears from grief, the structure of the tear, the makeup looks different than tears of sadness and tears of joy and tears of laughter. They all look different. That is a release of energy. And I don't know, it would be fascinating to see how the science behind that works. But for all I know, at the space, release of tears and energy is one of the most important things, positive things that you can do for yourself, is to let that energy go, is to release that energy. Release that energy is feeling stuck. Release that energy surrounding feeling hopeless about your life. Release the emotion. Get angry if you need to. In some spaces, the anger gives way to sadness. And if you've watched any of my other readings where I've mentioned my emotion pie, I always see emotions as a pie. And so you have this hard crust up top, and I always see it as a blueberry pie. Not sure why, but so you have your pie crust on top. That's kind of, crispy and browned. But then underneath you have all of the gooey blueberry filling. But this crust on top represents all the harsher emotions, the resentment, the anger, the more volatile emotions. They're there, but they're not the basis of your emotions. The basis of your emotions goes underneath, and that's the gooey filling underneath. And that's the feelings of despair, feelings of sadness, the deeper, more heartfelt emotions. The anger and things like that, those are more reactive emotions to cover up the filling, to cover up the softer emotions that are more closely related to the heart and the soul. And you have these harsher emotions. Sometimes you need to work through the harsher emotions to get to the sensitive, more heartfelt, more closely related to the heart and the soul emotions beneath. So maybe you need to work through the anger to realize, I'm really sad. I'm angry, but I'm really actually sad about this because it really hurt my feelings. These are like the anger, those are kind of like the Band-Aid, where the wound, the real pain, is deeper, and it's harder to find sometimes because you actually have to delve into your emotions, and you have to delve into your emotional state. And you have to understand that you are hurting. And a lot of people don't like to look at that because it's hard. Sorry. It's really hard to look at your emotions, especially when they're deep and they're bringing up things from your past. Okay. I'm going to do one more card for each side. Hopefully they only give me one. Okay, that was two. So maybe I just won't do this deck. I'll just do two from here. Okay. A deep breath and beautiful uncaging. It's interesting. 14 is double 7. Releasing the heart. Interesting. I've never seen that before. That reminds me of like Christ energy. It looks like Mary Magdalene. And I'm not religious. I do not have a religious background. So I'm the whole story behind that and the energy I'm not super familiar with. But I do, ever since I had my Reiki, I went through my Reiki training about 13 years ago. That was when I first started energetically aligning with Jesus. And his mission was a light worker energy, and sharing love and being honest about who you are and getting out of a place of fear. And that's what I'm feeling here, is unlocking your heart to get out of a place of fear, a place of obligation, a place where people are kind of caging you and keeping you living in expectation. You need to live for yourself. You need to figure out what is right for you, what is aligned with you. And this soul, it feels like a soul. And it's blossoming. It's connecting with the divine and blossoming. And it's really, really feels like it's finding out who you are, who you're meant to be, where you came from. So Sagittarius, there is a lot of depth here, a lot going on for you this May. And it feels like it's going to be, It doesn't feel like there's going to be a lot of external things happening. It feels very internal. It feels very like, yes, some things will come up for you, but it'll be things that almost trigger you. Not terribly. I don't see anything that's very terrible. It's like, it almost seems like it's little things that are just going to click off your triggers. And you know what, that's funny because it's like you see, wow, I was really triggered by this. And it was such a small thing. I think that's why it feels like they're bringing in things that are small, but they're great triggers, because it's nothing about what is actually happening on the outside. It's what's happening in you. Why are you being triggered by something so small? And it's because it's energy that needs to be released. It's energy that is no longer serving you, that is blocking you from being this incredibly divine, and I'm getting chills, this incredibly divine energy, divine being. So whoever is watching this, you are very, very powerful, very, very star aligned, and of a beautiful, beautiful energy. Okay, I am going to stop the reading there. If you aligned with this, please let me know. I'd love to know how it resonates with you. And if you have any synchronicity showing up, or you've started seeing any of this energy yet, let me know in the comments. If you like this reading, click that like button. And if you'd like to see more of my readings, if you've aligned and like to know when I put something new out, hit that subscribe button and make sure to click the notifications icon so YouTube notifies you anytime I have new content. I hope you have a beautiful month, Sagittarius, and I will see you back here for your June reading.